Hello and welcome to our first unit of work in science this year, which is all about nutrition. So what do we need you to understand? First of all, we need you to understand that nutrition is a combination of processes, and that nutrition supplies our body with building materials and energy. Now, we've already talked about nutrients, and basically food contains simple substances called nutrients, and they can be classified into different groups. For example, we've got carbohydrates, which give us a fast supply of energy, fats, which give us a slower supply of energy, proteins, which are building materials for growth and for repair within our body. Vitamins and minerals provide us with the ability for our body to function properly, and water, which helps to transport nutrients and waste. Now, carbohydrates can be found in pulses, potatoes and cereals, fats in oils and butters, proteins in meat, fish, eggs, milk and pulses, vitamins and minerals can be found in fruit, vegetables and dairy products, and water obviously can be found in water and in other drinks, hopefully healthy drinks. Now, there are four processes involved in nutrition. You've got digestion, circulation, respiration, and excretion, and we'll be primarily looking at digestion and respiration. Now, digestion takes place in the digestive system and is all about obtaining nutrients from food. Respiration takes place in the respiratory system and is about obtaining new oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Circulation takes place in the circulatory system and consists of transporting nutrients, oxygen and waste products around the body. And finally, excretion. Now, this takes place in the excretory or urinary system, the respiratory system and the sweat glands, and is all about eliminating waste. For example, in the urinary system, we're excreting urine. In the respiratory system, we're getting rid of carbon dioxide. In the sweat glands, it's all about sweat. Now, be careful with your spelling, especially of the word sweat, because sweat, remember, is the liquid that we can produce on our bodies, on our skin, whereas a sweet, well, they're the sugary things that you might like to eat from time to time, and suits, a suit is something smart that you wear, for example, to work. Now, the digestive system is all about the breaking down of food into nutrients and can take between 24 and 48 hours. Now, the absorption of nutrients, remember, nutrients are absorbed into the blood in the small intestine, and tiny villi help to absorb the nutrients. And here we have a picture of exactly this. Now, the elimination of waste, water is absorbed in the large intestine, and the rest becomes solid feces, which leave through the anus. And here we have a diagram with the large intestine, which ends in the rectum, and the anal canal. Now, remember, for a healthy diet, a balanced diet is all about having the right amount of food from each group, as this picture shows us. Now, fiber is also an important part of a healthy diet and is necessary for a healthy digestive system. And you often get fiber from foods that come from plants, such as cereals, pulses, nuts, fruit and vegetables. Now, for a healthy diet, you need to remember to have a healthy breakfast every day. You need to eat a variety of foods. You need to eat up to 5 times a day, so your breakfast, your snack, your lunch, your snack, and then dinner. Remember, we've already talked about fiber, which is necessary, and also we try and avoid foods that are high in sugar or salt, such as in junk food. Now, for respiration, respiration is about breathing in or inhaling to obtain oxygen and breathing out or exhaling to expel carbon dioxide, and this takes place in the respiratory system. Now, the respiratory system is made up of the air passageways in the lungs. And in this diagram, you can see that actually we've started off here with the diaphragm, because remember, the diaphragm needs to contract to make the volume of the lungs increase, which pulls in air through our nasal cavity or our mouth, which then goes to the pharynx, then the air passes to the larynx, to the trachea. Remember, we've got 2 lungs, therefore it's 1 bronchus or 2 bronchi, so in this case it's the left lung and therefore the left bronchus, to the bronchioles, which are smaller passageways, and then to the alveoli in the end, which are, as we're about to find out, very important. Now, for cellular respiration, well, the reason we need to breathe is because our cells need certain things. Now, to start off with, they need nutrients, okay, which pass from the blood into the cells. They also need oxygen, which is why we need to breathe, because that is also needed within the cell. And the cell, once it's carried out cellular respiration, produces energy and needs to eliminate waste products like carbon dioxide. Now, in order for gas exchange to take place, as we've already mentioned, this happens in the alveoli. Now, the alveoli are very close to blood vessels, okay, and both the blood vessels and the alveoli have thin walls. Now, in this case, the blood vessel is a capillary. Now, the oxygen that we breathe in passes through the thin, moist walls of the alveoli into the blood vessel, the capillary, and this oxygen-rich blood is taken away to all the cells, because as we talked about before, it is needed for cellular respiration. Then at the same time, deoxygenated blood from the cells is brought back to the lungs, and the carbon dioxide from the deoxygenated blood passes from the blood vessel, i.e. from the capillary, into the alveoli, and we exhale it out when we breathe out. Now, in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle for respiration, remember, we need to exercise regularly, we need to eat foods that are rich in vitamins and minerals, we need to drink plenty of water, we need to wash our hands, remember, no smoking please, and we should avoid exercise in polluted areas. Right, well, thanks very much for watching. I hope this video was useful. Goodbye.